Hello my fabulous book friends, it's me Maria. Welcome back to my channel. Let me take off this hair tie because I always forget to take them off. Anyways, so today I have my June wrap up. I read more books than this. I just read quite a few ebooks as I usually tend to do these days because my Kobo is amazing. So let me get right into it for you. So this month I was able to read 9 books. Okay, so the first book I read, I won't talk too much about it because it was a book I read for work-related purposes. I work at Dundon Press, so I try to read our books throughout the year as much as I can. And that book is The Ghosts That Haunt Me by Steve Ryan. He is the crime specialist at CP24 currently. So he wrote a book about his past experience as a homicide detective in Toronto. I really loved the writing style. But yeah, of course my review will be biased, but I really think that a lot of people will like the book and appreciate it because it's kind of different than a regular true crime book. You know what I mean? Like, it's more about how these really popular cases affected him as he worked them. So, but anyways, yeah, that's my endorsement, I guess. All right, so the next book I read is The Good Woman of Safe Harbor by Bobby French. The author was so kind enough to send me a copy of her book so I can read and review it. It takes place in Newfoundland and it's about 2 women who have grown up together as friends and then they kind of grew apart for basically the majority of their lives. So it's a bit of a heavy topic. Don't get fooled by the cover. It covers cancer, the right to decide, you know, if you want to go through assisted dying or not. So there's also things like forced, you know, like rape, things like that. So again, like, it's very heavy. It's also about, you know, faith and religion, and of course small town living where everybody knows everybody's business. You can kind of guess where this book is going. So if that's your thing, I highly recommend. It was really well written, and I do want to kind of go back and read Bobby French's previous book. I believe she has one, and whatever else is coming out from her. The next book I read was a NetGalley book that was never archived for some reason by the publisher, but that's why I read it. It was Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I know this book gets quite a bit of heat on Bookstagram, but I've only read like Home Before Dark by this author. I really despised it. It was not it, but I really loved Survive the Night. I don't know what it was. I think it was just like, it read exactly like a B-movie, very cheap horror thrills kind of thing. It was dramatic. I really don't like dramatic sometimes, but for some reason it worked for me in this one. So it was very enjoyable. Like, I'm shocked. So I do want to read his new book, The Woman Across the Lake, I think it's called. But anyways, we'll see when I get to that. I know I had a NetGalley approved book for that, but I don't know if it was archived unlike this one. But anyways, I really liked this. I know it's not everybody's favorite book, but I don't know, it worked for me. Next up, I read Iona Iverson's Rules for Commuting. Wow, that was awful. Iona Iverson's Rules for Commuting by Claire Pooley. This book was with a read-along so this book was sent to me. I don't know, it was good. It just wasn't great. I just think that it was just too cheesy. It drew on very much. Like, this felt like such a long book. Sorry, the binding is really disgusting. Like, I don't know, it just very blah made. But anyways, that has nothing to do with the book. Like, you can see, I hope you can see this, like, you see where the pages are kind of like separated. I did dog ear it once or twice. Sorry, I should fix that. Like, you see the book, how it's kind of weirdly ridged at times. Like, I don't know, it's just blah. It was weird to hold. But anyways, back to the book because that's what we're here for. I don't know, like, it just didn't wow me. I know lots of people like it, and I know the US edition's book cover's like a million times better than this one, I think, but I don't know, like, proceed with caution. Okay, another book that I read that was also so-so was The Truth About Ben and June by Alex Keister. I received this as an ARC. Again, like, the characters were nice, the story was good. It just, again, like, another book that was just did not wow me. Kind of basic. Another book, The Au Pair by Emma Ruse. Ruse? Again, this book was kind of overly dramatic, which worked for this book. It was really fun. It's kind of predictable, so if you're looking for a domestic thriller or something that it's kind of like a quick read. It might be a beach read or cottage read at least. Pick it up, but other than that, like, it's nothing fabulous. Like, the writing's okay also, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and the drama, like, gotta love it. The last 3 books are all ebooks. So first one I read, Book Lovers. I hated People We Meet on Vacation. I loved Beach Read, and I really enjoyed Book Lovers. It's not my favorite, but it's passable. It's more than passable, actually. The hype is real, I think. I have seen, though, that if you loved People We Meet on Vacation, you will hate Book Lovers, so I don't know. Figure it out for yourself, but it was a really enjoyable story, so I really liked it. And books about books, I love that they're becoming a trend because I need more of them in my life personally, and I can never get enough of them. So I think that's why I really loved this book a lot more. Plus, I really enjoyed the publishing humor in it, like with regards to agents and editors, so really great. And I read a poetry book called Beast at Every Threshold by Natalie Wee. Definitely not highbrow poetry, but very, like, you have to think when you read this poetry book. It's very well done. I loved the form and how some of the poems like panned out. It was really cool. But yeah, I mean, I definitely do need to reread it to kind of get more out of it. It's that kind of poetry collection, but I do really recommend it. And that book is lovely. Shout out to Arsenal Pulp Press for doing a great job. And then lastly, I read Death Threat, which is, I don't know, I started reading it because it was free on Kobo Plus. Plus also I was like, can I use this for like a graphic novel requirement for a Canadian author July readathon that's happening? And then I ended up reading like half of it in one sitting. So like, okay, well, we're just gonna finish this book anyways. I'll find something else for the readathon. Basically about Vivek, who got a real life death threat and kind of that process of working through it. It was really good. I love the illustrations. I do think that it was fun on ebook, but I think that it would have been more impactful in the physical format because you could like see the colors and all that stuff. So, but yeah, probably pick this up in physical format, but it's really good, short read, so you can end up reading more books in a month. So those are the 9 books that I read in a short-ish video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. If I had to pick a book with the best drama, I would probably pick The Au Pair, because like this book was just a ton of fun. Like, I can't say anything bad about the drama because it was like the perfect amount of cheesy but not overly cheesy and just kept you reading. But honestly, like, nothing really sticks out to me that I can say was like my absolute favorite. Of course, I loved The Ghosts That Haunt Me. Like, if I was reading it as a reader, not just as a person who had to read it because of work-related purposes, like, I would choose that one, but yeah, I guess I can't. So I guess there's no like true clear favorite here of this month. But I read a good amount of, you know, so-so and pretty great reads, so I can't really complain actually. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these, if you want to read any of them, or what you've read this month. Maybe you had a better month than I had and I can now steal your books and read them in July and hopefully get a better month as like maybe what you had. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for my next video.